All right, guys, with the third and final Hobbit film hitting AMC Theatres this December, attention is now turning to the Hobbit author himself, J.R.R. Tolkien. According to reports, there are two separate films based on the author racing to production. One is simply titled Tolkien, being developed for Fox Searchlight, and the other is being titled Tolkien and Lewis, which will be directed by Simon West, who also directed Expendables 2. The story of Tolkien and Lewis centers on Tolkien's relationship with his University of Oxford colleague, C.S. Lewis, whom Tolkien, a devout Catholic, converted to Christianity. The formerly agnostic Lewis' newfounded faith infused his most popular books, including the Chronicles of Narnia series, while Lewis in turn encouraged Tolkien to finish his Lord of the Rings volumes, which were decades in the making. John, what do you think about films based on J.R.R. Tolkien?
Well, considering I've always kind of thought that the Silmarillion is unshootable. So if you're going to have any more Tolkien stuff, it's probably going to have to be on the life of Tolkien. Yeah. And I think it's fascinating. Now, granted, I'm a little biased because I grew up, I spent a lot of my younger years reading not just a lot of Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, but also about the relationship between the two. It's a cinematic relationship between the two of them. It's funny when I even mentioned to some people about the ties between them. A lot of people didn't even realize C.S. Lewis and Tolkien even knew each other. But it's a fascinating relationship about these two literary giants and how each were kind of, in a way, directly responsible for the other finishing their most notable works. I'm actually really curious. I'm always fascinated by movies like The Social Network or whatever that gives us a little bit, a peek behind the curtain of this thing we know so well. And in this case, it's Lord of the Rings, it's The Hobbit, it's the Narnia Chronicles, Screw Tape Letters, all that kind of stuff. I'm excited about it, I really am. More so for the C.S. Lewis Tolkien one than I am just for the Tolkien one. But I think it's kind of cool that we've got these things coming out. Christian?
I'm fascinated by both of them. I want to see, it's also cool to see how much we learn from, let's say, the separate Tolkien movie, and then what they don't explore in the Tolkien versus Lewis one.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating is the Simon West part of it. Now,
fascinating is an interesting word for it.
I'll tell you why it's fascinating. Because Expendables 2, he did what he was supposed to do in that movie. You can't say, oh, it's a horribly directed movie. That movie's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be silly.
It was a fun movie. I like Expendables 2.
And that's what he did with it. So we don't know how passionate he is about this work, about Tolkien's life. And to me, that is very interesting. That's why I say it's fascinating, because I want to see how much he knows and how much of a fan he is. Because if he's anything as much of a fan as Peter Jackson is, then we might see something really cool to learn more about this guy and about their relationship with Lewis.
I certainly hope that is the case, because when I heard Simon West, I heard like, producers, let's get a guy who can put together an action movie and make it like, you know, Sherlock Holmes. We need that dude on a train and Lewis with a gun.
And Tolkien fighting crime at night in the streets of England.
I just see both of them running with an explosion, and like that gave him the idea for Gollum, like just as horrible as possible is what I heard. So that's why I was like, hopefully you're right. That Simon West's like, I love it. I've known about these guys for years, and this has been my passion project. That's why I did these other action films. That's how he talks.
That's awesome.
So hopefully I would love to see an awesome, real biopic with both of those guys. And it's weird, how come these things always come in twos? Yeah, the movie about volcanoes, earthquakes, now it's Tolkien.
And let's hope at least one of them's good.
Yeah. Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.